FM rocks.
Bula, I'm John from Kornabuanta. I love listening to the FM, it rocks.
Bula, I'm Teopola.
Bula, I'm Agnesi.
We love listening to the FM because it rocks in Ba.
Bula, my name is Tisa. I've been listening to Today FM.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Tonight, residents of Rewa Delta hope for end to water woes as Water Authority embarks on $3.7 million project. Incapable hardware stores removed from Help for Home initiative as government strives to deliver. And old floodgates need replacing. The Water Authority's plans to install a 200 mm pipe from the Wainimbokasi crossing to increase water pressure and supply to people in the Rewa Delta has come as good news to many. For too long, residents claim to have endured low to no water supply at all. However, with the new $3.7 million project to start soon, many are looking forward to an end to water woes. Roland Karoy reports.
Water problems have become a part of life for many in the Rewa Delta, and no one can relate to it better than Bijan Chand, who claims to be born and bred here at Nakaile, a place he says suffers the brunt of water problems.
Water problems is very common here now. Every day the water cuts off at around 8 p.m. and comes back on the next day. This happens every day.
Like others in the area, Chand says they rely heavily on water tanks, but when there's no rain, it's river water that they resort to. So news of the new project by the Water Authority is welcome.
Oh, it's a very good news. It's good because we won't have any water problems anymore.
The news of the new project has not had the same effect, however, on everyone. Nirmala Narayan says she has been through too much and too many false promises, and she refuses to get her hopes up.
Even myself too, I can't believe that, but you are saying that, and I think it was in yesterday's paper too, I have read that it will be sometimes in October. Even the ladies too in this side, it's very hard. Like most of the time, the water pressure, it's low. And without even informing, at least somebody informs, or we hear over the radio that the water, there will be no more water, so that we are prepared for that.
According to Water Authority of Fiji CEO Opetaya Ravai, the low pressure is because of the inability of the current pipe supplying water to the area to meet the demand.
First of all, we need to install a typical pipe at the Wainimbokasi Bridge. This area, after the Wainimbokasi Bridge, there's only a small pipe that's feeding that area. So we need to lay a new pipe. We've talked with FRA, because as you know, all bridges and roads need approval from them. And we're in the final process of getting that approval. So we need to lay a pipe across that bridge to increase the hydraulic capacity that is feeding the Rewa Delta area.
The Water Authority of Fiji reiterates its promise of providing clean drinking water to every Fijian, a promise the people of the Rewa Delta will surely be holding them accountable. Roland Karoy, FBC News.
The Korunumbu bridges 1 and 2 on Korunumbu Road in Ba will be closed from 8 a.m. tomorrow for repairs. The bridge will reopen at 6 p.m. on the 16th of next month. Fiji Roads Authority CEO John Hutchinson says both the bridges will allow their contractors Higgins Fiji Limited to carry out the important maintenance works. Hutchinson says works will include clearing of debris, replacing the steel bridge beam and bridge deck, replacing of running boards and wheel guards and painting. He says there is an alternative access along Nambautolu Road and linked to Navala Road. A few hardware companies have been removed from Phase 2 for the Help for Home initiative due to their slow delivery in the first phase. Attorney General Ayaz Said Qayyum says they are monitoring suppliers to ensure they fulfill their obligations. Anna Ravulo has more.
As the government embarks on the second phase of the Help for Home initiative, Minister for Economy Ayaz Said Qayyum says they are taking proactive measures to ensure suppliers deliver on time.
We've also getting those who have been slow to actually pay interest on the amount of money that has been drawn down. So we are very much on top of these suppliers.
On claims that some suppliers were delivering wrong materials, Syed Qayyum says it must be reported to them.
You can show us as to where that has happened, which supplier has not supplied the amount that has been paid for. Please give us the evidence for that, and we will most definitely highlight that with the contractors, with the suppliers.
Some people who were recipients of the first phase of the Health for Home initiative believe they are victims of the suppliers' inability to deliver what they promised. In fact, almost a year after Winston, and some are still waiting for the remainder of their housing materials.
It has been 9 months since I ordered my supplies, and until now, I don't have everything. My family of 7 are living in a tent, and we just gathered whatever we can to build a temporary shelter.
For some, however, the long wait has come to an end.
My family and I waited for 8 months to receive all our supplies, and we are now building our new home, and it's all thanks to the government.
About 1,800 recipients for the second phase of the Health for Home initiative program have been assisted so far in Tailevu and Naitasiri, and $20 million have been allocated for the second phase. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Most floodgates in the Central Division are old and need replacing. Permanent Secretary for Agriculture Jitendra Singh says a majority of the gates were constructed 20 years ago. Sanyani Boila has the story.
Some floodgates have not been attended to for a number of years. The plan now, according to the Permanent Secretary, is to have them upgraded.
We will try to get a budget to address all the outstanding issues on the floodgates that we have. As some of those machines were initially put in place about 20 years ago, so it's been a couple of decades from there, they are well overdue for replacement. And we also want to now look at other better technologies which are in place probably now, whether these floodgates are appropriate for the climate change.
Waibo villager Chimilai Kanasalusalu says the Waibo floodgate poses a major threat to the villages, especially during rainy weather.
Yes, we are glad that the ministry has visited this area. We face a lot of problems with this floodgate. It's small and can't cater for all waters that's running through it. It really needs to be replaced.
Other villages share the same views as Kanasalusalu, and their concerns have not gone unanswered.
Again, with the soil erosion that is happening, some rivers are widening and the structures that are in place now are too small. It's going to be basically right-sizing the structures and also modernizing and basically putting in new floodgates, new structures in place.
The ministry will expand floodgates when necessary and is looking at getting improved technology for floodgate maintenance. Sanyani Mboila, FBC News.
In the news ahead, changes to final design of FHL Tower to be built in Suva. And we meet our successful Fijian for the week. Stay with us.
मेरा नाम कमल रोशनी है। हम लोगों में रहते हैं और मिर्ची एफएम सबसे बेस्ट स्टेशन है।
हमारा नाम मेसी है। हम गोल्ड टाउन तापुआ में रहता है और मिर्ची इज हॉट इन तापुआ।
Hi, we Bagels. We love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
निवेश तावरा में रहता हूँ, सुनता है यहाँ मिर्ची एफएम is very hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
There will be a slight change in the final design of the Fijian Holdings Limited Tower in Suva. FHL Group Chief Executive Nozab Farid says changes in design and plan has delayed the project. However, construction is expected to begin soon. Shireen Shivan reports.
Fijian Holdings Limited has engaged a religious body in the construction of the FHL Tower. They are both working hand in hand, tying loose ends before the project kicks off.
It seems it's a win-win deal. So we have started discussing with them a new model, changes to our building and changes to their building. So that is why the delay is. So at this stage we are almost coming to an end, and we will be making a public announcement probably end of February with regard to the final outcome.
Farid says if all goes well, then the construction work for the 15-story building will begin in June with a budget of close to $50 million.
That part of the land which is coming, so it will make our work easy, workflow will be easy, that is the advantage. But at the same time, it's we also want them to be part of them and just help them to improve their buildings. So that is why it is a win-win transaction.
The FHL tower will have corporate offices, building facilities, cafe and car parking for tenants. Sharin Shivan, FBC News.
The fire at the JAXA Fiji garment factory in Nandi on Thursday started from the back of the building. This has been confirmed to FBC News by Divisional Fire West Gopal Reddy, who says that they need to confirm what started the fire. Reddy says their investigators are still trying to ascertain the cause of the fire. The fire left behind ruins and damage costing millions of dollars. Factory staff have been assured they will be relocated to other branches in Nandi and Lautoka by tomorrow. Life is full of surprises, and no matter what or how much effort you put into planning your future, fate will always steer you to the path of your destiny. Some people are in the career path they chose, while for many others, where they are now is not exactly where they thought they'd be years ago when they first entered the workforce. Our successful Fijian for tonight features someone who went through exactly that. With a parent as a pharmacist, Salote Naisua always thought she'd get into medicine. Now more than 2 decades down the line, she is the guest service manager of Outrigger Fiji Beach Resort and a veteran in the tourism industry. Roland Koroi caught up with Salote and tells us her story.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
For every person who visits Outrigger Fiji Beach Resort, Salote Naisua is no stranger. Tourist or local, her greeting smile is always genuine and welcoming. The mother of 4 never really thought she would enter the tourism industry for a number of reasons.
I lived and I grew up in Ba. I know we are surrounded by cane farms, and most of our family members would be working in the mill or factories that are based in Ba, and tourism in Ba wasn't big. But when I took this opportunity, there was no looking back. I discovered something for myself, and that was a passion to help others and the passion to showcase our friendly islands of Fiji to guests that have chosen us to spend time and come and spend their well-deserved break, well-earned money in Fiji for their family holidays.
So how exactly did she end up at Outrigger Fiji Beach Resort?
So I started off rolling as a meet and greet at the airport, and I did that for 3 months. They saw the potential that I had in me, and later I joined Shangri-La's Fiji Resort as a receptionist. I did that for 3 years, worked my way up, and I was given a job after that as a supervisor and also guest relations officer for 3 years before I became a duty manager, which I did for 6 years. That was my 12 years at the Fijian, and I found home, which is the Outrigger Fiji Beach Resort.
Always smiling with a contagious, bubbly personality, Salote believes this indeed was her true calling, and those who work with her couldn't agree more.
She's a wonderful woman, and she's the sort of a person you want on your team, particularly when you have challenging situations. She has a very pure heart and very accommodating, and she engages with our guests. And this is the thing I love about Salote. She's just, she'll do anything to make sure that the guest is happy. And through all the challenges we have, even with Cyclone Winston and things like that, Salote is always the first person to step forward, and she's a wonderful communicator as well. So yeah, we're so blessed to have her on our team.
Working her way up wasn't easy, especially being a woman at an era where Fiji was just getting used to gender equality. Clearly, there were no obstacles too big for her to handle, an experience that's got her vocal about women and what they can do.
When this opportunity came up to come and work in Outrigger, and came for the interview, and I found out that it was an 8 to 4:30 job, I thought, wow, I won't only benefit in my career in moving up to become the Fiji's leading five-star hotels guest services manager, but also be a mom at home in the evenings, spending time with my family and especially my children as they were all starting to be in school.
Being Outrigger Fiji Beach Resort's guest service manager isn't the only role that Charlotte holds dear to her heart.
Yes, sometimes it can be very challenging, very demanding, especially when you have a family with 4 children. But you know, spending quality time with them is very important, and I make sure that you know, despite my busy schedule, I should take time out every now and then to you know, give them a treat. Take the kids for a holiday or take the family for a nice family dinner to make up for the lost time.
So just to make sure, I approached her daughter and nephew to see just how balanced Charlotte's life really is.
She's the best thing I would ever wish for, and despite her busy schedule at work, she'll always take her time to be with us at home and spend quality time with us. And especially when we are hardly together, because I'm always away in body.
I personally think that she's one of the most hardworking people I've ever come across in my life. Whatever she does for her family, and she does it wholeheartedly.
So if you do visit Outrigger Fiji Beach Resort in the future, there's no doubt you will bump in to the guest relations manager, known very fondly here to everyone as Lotte. Roland Koroi, FBC News.
Successful Fijians was brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Sports. Fiji Sevens moves into camp, and VPL shifted to next month. This and more coming up.
Na yalangunga andi moala rarara ranalika o tikonga na tau na singatoka ando talitaka na wakaronga ng Bull FM number 2 na sere.
Ya dora subuni kurna bili. Ibora ni batu karahan para binaranga. Do talitakina na wakaronga ng Bull FM number 2 na sere. Bula!
Bula FM number 2 na sere.
The Vodafone Fiji Sevens team hopes to break a 6-year jinx in Wellington next weekend. As Vashnil Prasad reports, the players are raring to get on the field, hunting for a title that's evaded them since their last win in 2010.
A lot is at stake at the Wellington Sevens next weekend for the world champions. Fiji last won a cup title at the Cake Tin in 2010 when they beat Samoa 19-14.
This is what we are talking about. It has been a long time, so we are trying to break it and try to win the Wellington Sevens.
Fiji has won the tournament 3 times. These players are aware of the huge responsibility, especially being grouped with the big guns in the same pool.
We'll take one game at a time and try to beat them both.
The coach, it's surely a big year for him, and the players believe Gareth Beiba has gelled in well with them.
He brings a lot of new things, but he does not change the way we play. He just sharpen our fitness and some of the technical stuff, and let us play our Fijian way.
Fiji is pooled with Sevens World Series leaders and Dubai champions South Africa, Australia and Japan. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Vodafone Flying Fijians flanker Peveli Yato was in his best form as Clermont produced an outstanding first half as they powered past Exeter Chiefs to secure a home quarter final with a 48-26 win. Yato scored a try in the game as they thumped its opponents this morning. France winger and Fijian-born Noah Nakaitadi also scored a try for Clermont. In the other game, Olympic Games gold medalist Chosua Tuisova's Toulon lost to Saracens by 10-3. Nemani Nandola was absolutely on fire against Northampton in the European Champions Cup game yesterday. Fiji Football Association's Vodafone Premier League has been shifted to next month. The league will now kick off on the 4th and 5th of February, which was decided in the Nation League Board meeting in Nandi today. The board chairman, Yogeshwar Singh, says all the districts have agreed to the new dates. He says there is a high chance champion versus champion matches between Ba and Lautoka will be postponed due to unavailability of the grounds. If that does happen, Lautoka will travel to the north to play Lambasa, and Riketi will travel to Suva while Suva will host Basari and Rea will play Nandi. Meanwhile, newcomers Raki Raki football side has been given time to sort out their home ground before they can play in the league. Fiji Pearls shooter Maria Luthor is looking forward to joining her new club in Australia next month. Luthor, who is one of Fiji's experienced netball players, says she will do her best against other top players in Australia. Vashnil Prasad reports.
Fiji netball goal shooter Maria Lutua is continuing to make headlines in her sporting career. Lutua joins Australia-based Sunshine Coast Lightning and believes this will open doors for more players to be contracted overseas.
I'm excited joining the Sunshine Coast Lightning in Brisbane. That's another step up for me as well, and actually it's going to be an opening door for the future girls, especially for the ones that are coming up, to let them know that there are also talent back here in Fiji.
Also known as MJ, Lutua hopes to perform to her level best in the season, which starts in mid-February.
I think it will be new, but not as new as it's just a netball. Just about joining a new team, the environment, adapting to how they train and everything. But yeah, it's exciting.
Fiji Pearls coach Vicky Wilson has also praised Lutua's achievement.
Very proud of Maria, and we wish her all the best. It's going to be great for her to be on court in a daily training environment.
Meanwhile, Fiji Pearls is expected to begin its season proper from March. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Fine weather prevailed over the country today, and despite predictions for rain over most parts today, Suva was the only centre that had some showers this afternoon. All centres recorded temperatures in the low 30s, with Lambasa coming in as the warmest at 33 degrees. For tomorrow, expect fine weather in the morning with a slight chance of showers in the afternoon. And the further outlook is fine apart from brief showers over the southern, eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Afternoon or evening showers and isolated thunderstorms are to be expected. And southeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, moderate seas. Recapping the main stories for tonight, residents of Rewa Delta hope for end to water woes as Water Authority embarks on $3.7 million project. Incapable hardware stores removed from Help the Home initiative as government strives to deliver, and all floodgates need replacing. For these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. On to our poll question, and with the recent publishing of landing costs of all vehicles imported into the country, this week we are asking, are you seeing changes in the motor vehicle sales market? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News, and if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. And before I go, remember tomorrow night is the launch of FBC's revamped news, which will be 45 minutes long. As usual, Jamie and I will present your news and sports, and in the new look FBC News, we will be joined by Angelita Sharma, who is the new weather girl, and of course Rachel Nath, who will be presenting business. Be sure not to miss that at 7 p.m. tomorrow night here on FBC TV. From the team and I, good night.
Hola, we from La Turca. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola, my name is Kanto. I'm from Ba. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Mula Fiji, my name is Florence Ratu. I'm from Call Number 1 in Tavua, and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits every day and all day.
Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm from the soccer crazy town of Ba. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.